Hari Om and a warm welcome to all of you to the 10th session in the series titled Universal Truths from the Bhagavad Gita. Today the topic is understanding eternality. Let us take a peek into our life story. You and I have a body, mind, intellect. You and I are living beings, not inert, not Jadavastu. So what is life? Life is nothing but a flow of experiences. We all experience negative emotions like anger, anxiety, agitation, boredom, confusion, disappointment, disgust, craving, envy, jealousy, fear, unregulated desires, guilt, craving, pride, panic, embarrassment, regret, shame, and many more negative emotions, don't we? The positive side is we also experience positive feelings like love, affection, joy, excitement, surprise, wonder, amazement, devotion, trust, faith, relief, delight, thrill, and many more feelings. Now let us take a look at which aspect of this is truly me. Can we? Now this is a fact. What is changing and what is temporary cannot be me. So what is changing and what is temporary is not me, is not you, is not me. What is not changing, what is permanent is the real me. Now, how did we arrive at this conclusion? There is a very beautiful sloka number 16 in chapter 2. It goes like this. Nasato vidyate bhavaha na bhavo vidyate sataha ubhayorapi drishtontaha tvanayostatvadarshibhi. What is Krishna telling us? Krishna is telling us the unreal has no existence and the real never ceases to be. So let us quickly do a simple analysis and find out what is real and what is unreal. Shall we? In this particular sloka 12 of the same chapter 2nd, Bhagavan says, Natve vaham jatu nasam Natvam neme janadhipaha Na chaiva na bhavishyamaha Sarve vayamatah param. Through this sloka, what is Krishna conveying to us? Krishna is telling us that There was never a time when you and I were not there, nor shall we cease to exist. Now, look at our body. Our body has a date of birth and a date of death. That means you and I cannot definitely be the body. It is our experience that death means that there is some entity that is leaving the body. Now we have to figure out who is this entity. Now just hold on to this thought. Now we come to this question, are we the emotions? Let's find out. In sloka number 14 of the second chapter, Bhagavan says, Matra sparshastu kaunteya Shitoshna sukha dukkha Agama payino nityaha Tantitikshasva bharata. He is telling us that you and I are not the emotions either, are not the sensations, are not the feelings. How does he tell? He says that it is a contact of the senses with the sense objects that give rise to the perceptions of negative or positive feelings, emotions. It is our experience that what we feel are fleeting and not permanent. So Krishna is asking us to endure them without getting disturbed. That means the feelings that you and I undergo cannot be our true nature. The emotions that you and I emote cannot be the true nature, the true identity. Then we need to find out, we need to ask ourselves, who am I? Hold on to this thought. I am not this body, this we found. I am not the emotions. Then who am I? Who is this entity using this body? So Krishna is revealing to all of us in sloka number 17 of the second chapter, which goes like this. Avinashi tu tad vidhi Yena sarvamidam tatam Vinashamavyyasyasya Na kaschit kartumarhati. That which is all-pervading, know that to be imperishable. This is not difficult to understand, isn't it? But we need to go deeper to understand that what is imperishable means that it is eternal. That which is all-pervading has to be pervading my body, my emotions, my feelings, my thoughts. Who is this entity? Or what is this entity? Let us find out. So Krishna, the compassionate Lord, is revealing to us in sloka number 18 of the second chapter, which goes like this. अंतवंत इमे देहाः नित्यस्योक्ता शरीरिणः अनाशिनो प्रमेयस्य तस्माद् युध्यस्व भारत. So we have figured out our physical body, our emotions, our thoughts that rise in our mind and intellect are all fleeting, are all perishable. It is our experience, isn't it? Now Bhagavan says there is an entity, Sharirinaha. He calls it Sharirinaha. Sharirinaha is that the embodied one. This embodied one is imperishable or indestructible. This Sharirinaha is the one who is using the gross structure called the physical body, the subtle body which consists of our emotions and feelings, and the causal body. It is using all this for a particular purpose. Now this Sharirinaha, Bhagavan says, is aprameya, means immeasurable, meaning that it cannot be defined. That means our words that we speak to convey meaning fall short. Our words will fail to describe the eternal. Yet, let us try to grasp what is this eternality. Shall we? So Sharirinaha is that the user of the body. How do we understand this? It is like this, like a carpenter using his tools for making a furniture, or like a painter using his brush to paint a picture on the canvas, or like a laptop user using the laptop to make a Word document or preparing some presentations, or like a mobile user using his mobile to talk or send or receive messages, or like a driver behind the wheels of a vehicle. Let us look into the body as a vehicle, a tool, an instrument. Can we? Bhagavan is so compassionate. He is revealing that this Sharirinaha is that which cannot be cut or burnt or moistened or dried. How does he do that? In the sloka 20 of the second chapter. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, na chainam klidayantyapaha, na shoshayati marutaha. It is our experience that our body can be cut or burnt or made wet or dried. So, the Sharirinaha is the user of the body, is different from the body. Right? As we go through this, Look into yourself and figure out. Everything will fall into its own place. Shall we move further? Further, Bhagavan reveals to us that this Sharirinaha, the embodied soul, is that which is never born, never dies, that which is eternal. That which is eternal is permanent, everlasting, immutable, immortal, perennial. How does this word sound? Infinity. And infinity can be only one. Right? Where does he tell this? He tells us in the shloka number 20 of the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणः न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. So if infinity can only be one, what is Bhagavan telling us? Bhagavan is telling all of us a very good news, and that is that this infinity is our true identity. This is you and this is me. You and I are one. You and I are one with God, infinite, eternal. Does this ring a note in your head? Shall we move further? Now, the understanding of this knowledge of the self is very beautifully brought out in the commentary on Bhagavad Gita by Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya ji. He says, Yatha sthano purusha nishchayaha nacha etavata purusha dharmaha sthanoho bhavati sthano dharmo va purushasya tathana chaitanya dharmo dehasya deha dharmo va chetanasya. What is Bhagavan conveying to us is that just as when a stump of a tree is mistaken to be a man, it does not beget the properties of the man, nor does the man get the qualities of the stump of a tree. Does it? It doesn't, right? So too, we do not find any of the attributes of the consciousness in the body. Look into yourself. Nor we find any qualities of the body in the consciousness. So this understanding becomes very clear when we ponder over the thoughts given by Bhagavan Krishna in the Gita. Shall we move forward? Let us explore what is the nature of Sharirinaha, the embodied soul. What is the nature of the self? In 15th chapter, Sloka 6, he tells us that the Supreme Padam, which is full of radiance, is my supreme abode, having attained which there is no return. It cannot be illumined by the luminary sun, nor by the radiant moon, not even by the blazing fire. He says, न तद्भासयते सूर्यः न शशाङ्को न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम. The implication of this sloka is that the best of the luminaries available in the universe cannot illumine the Sharirinaha, the embodied self. That means the radiance of the self is incomparable, immeasurable. Does it strike a note? Further Bhagavan says, Yadadityagatam tejaha jagadbhasayate khilam yachandramasi yachhagnau tatteju vidhi mamakam. The luminous radiance in the sun, illumining the entire world, and that which is in the moon and the fire, know that light to be mine. So what is further revealed is astounding. The light that we see in the sun or the moon or the fire is actually the luminosity of the self. Surprising, isn't it? Ponder over this thought. Continuing, Bhagavan says, Kama vishya cha bhutani dharayamyaham Pushnami chaushadhi sarvaha Somo bhutva rasatmakaha. Meaning, permeating the earth, presiding over it, it is I who sustain all the beings by my vital power. By becoming the moon, it is I who nourish the plants. What do we understand by this? That is, from the seed germination to the flowering and the harvesting, the moon plays a very important role in the plant kingdom. And this plant kingdom nourishes not only the humans but also the birds and the animals. It is a self that nourishes the entire beings. What is being sung in all these shlokas is the glory of yours and mine. Catch it if you can. Continuing further, Bhagavan says, Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashritah Pranapana Samayuktah Pachamyannam Chaturvidham. As Vaishwanara of fire, he spoke about the external fire. Now he says to all of us, there is a fire within. The Vaishwanara fire. As this fire, I abide in the body of the living beings, and getting associated with the prana and apana, I digest the following 4 types of food. So getting associated with the vital physiological functions, Bhagwan is digesting the four types of food that we take, the food that is chewed by us like the breads and the chapatis, or that which is swallowed like the khichdi and the milk, that which are sucked like the sugarcane or the mangoes, or that which are licked by each one of us when we take chutney or honey. So as the digestive fire, it is Bhagavan, it is the Sharirinaha. Don't miss it. It is a Sharirinaha that is digesting the food that we take. So, Sharirinaha or Bhagavan, Aham, when Bhagavan is saying, it is Bhagavan, isn't it? So, Bhagavan is never far away from you and me. Our self is never far away. So whenever you and I are eating, we can easily be connected or conscious of our true self. And this can happen when we focus from what we are eating to the one who will be digesting the food that we are eating. So the question is, can we focus from what we are eating to the one who is digesting what we are eating? Can we? Now all this is revealed to us in this Shastra, scripture called Bhagavad Gita. Now Bhagavad Gita is giving to us the essence of the Upanishads. Where do we find the Upanishad? In the Vedas. Now who is the composer of the Vedas? And what is to be known from the Vedas? And who is the knower of the knowledge that is imparted in the Vedas? So the answer is in this 15th sloka of this 15th chapter. What does this sloka tell us? Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtaha matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha vedaisha sarvirahamiva vedya vedanta krit veda vidiva chaham. It is I who am seated in the hearts of all as the indweller. It is I who am the source of memory, knowledge, as well as their absence. It is I alone who is known through the Vedas. It is I who is the author of the Vedanta. It is I who is the knower of the Vedas. So the indweller in the hearts of all beings is the Self, Bhagavan. That is what is revealed in the Vedas, the body of knowledge. That is what is revealed in Bhagavad Gita. Who is the composer of the Vedas? Bhagavan. What is to be known from the Vedas about Bhagavan? Who is the knower of this knowledge? Bhagavan himself. So the composer of the Vedas, the knower and the known is only one. It is simply mind-boggling, isn't it? Then we are talking about 111. Now Bhagavan is saying, Dvadimau purushau loke Sharaschakshara evacha Sharas sarvani bhutani Kutastokshara uchyate. He is telling there are two Purushas in this world, the perishable and the imperishable. Who are the perishable or what is the perishable? All beings fall under the category of perishable. and Kutastha is the imperishable. So when we look at ourselves, we find our body is perishable. The entity using the body is imperishable, right? So this entity, the Supreme Purusha, he will reveal now. The imperishable Lord pervades the three worlds, upholds and sustains them. Catch this if you can. Uttamah Purushastvanyah Paramatmetu Dahritaha Jo Lokatrayamavishya Vibhartyavyaya Ishwaraha. Now Bhagavan says the Uttama Purusha, the Supreme Purusha, other than these is called the highest self. This imperishable Lord who pervades the three worlds, upholds the three worlds and sustains them all. So that means, are there two infinity? Not possible. What it means is that the Jivatma is none other than the Paramatma, and this is called Jiva Brahma Aikya Jnana, the knowledge of oneness. Can we digest this? Now the result of this knowledge of the self is, if this Gita Shastra takes our attention completely away from the finite body, mind and intellect of ours and has been able to get us established in the true essence, then our focus would be on the self, even while transacting with others, because other beings are also not their body, their mind or their intellect. If this has taken place, then no words, deeds or acts of others should elate or deflate us. Then it means life presents situations and not problems. Then there would be no competition, no jealousy, no anger, no hatred. Love would be an easy outcome of oneness. We can't help but love, love, love every being of this universe, right? The one who looks upon this body as the self is bound to experience joy or sorrow with every change in the external situations in life. But this is not the case with a realized soul, the one who has understood the real identity. For him or her, the desirable and the undesirable things just cease to exist, full stop. And this is what is conveyed in the Bhashya on Gita by Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya ji. He says, Deha matratma darshinam hi priya priya prapti harsha vishadau kurvate na kevalatma darshinaha tasya priya priya praptya sambhavat. This would be an easy outcome of oneness. Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya ji says that akaryatvacha nishriyasasya karma sadhanatvanu papattehi nahi nityam vastu karmana jnanena va kriyate. Liberation is not an effect. Hence, action cannot be It means that which is eternal cannot be produced by action or by knowledge. You and I are ever liberated. Catch this. I thank each one of you from the bottom of my heart for giving me an opportunity to reflect loud. Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. Om